Hello, everyone. This is Constellation TV live from Dreamforce. Thanks to the lovely people at Certinia. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you because all day today I've been hearing nothing but transformation. But you guys at Spaulding Ridge, you guys are seeing it every day. You're working with the best of the best to get them over that edge. Tell me about you. Tell me about what you do and who you do it for.
Sure. So my name is Laabs. I'm the CEO and founder of Spaulding Ridge. Started this company in 2018. The initial business problem.
So you started it right at the perfect time to just start and then go.
Yeah. Well, this is the second time I've done this. I had previously sold a business and was retired. But when I saw what was happening, I was like, I got to be a part of this.
That's not what you do, man. You just stay retired. What are you doing?
Well, hey, you know.
I love it. So when you founded Spaulding Ridge, what was the vision? What's the driving force for the company?
The initial vision was to really bring the offices of the CFO and CRO closer together. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that has evolved into something different. Now we're talking about AI and all the innovation that's going on there is moving so quickly. So our business has pivoted a little more to focusing on kind of the broader data and analytics strategy of our clients.
But how do you, as a consulting firm, start to work with your customers on that transformative journey when you're in this multi-agent ecosystem as everything is changing with AI? How is your company and how does your approach start to change? And how does that then reflect with the best of the best that you work with?
Yes, so our company tagline is all business is personal. And what that means though is we really work to develop deep relationships with our clients, which that trust is more important now than it ever has been, because in the agentic world where everything is moving so quickly, there are so many questions around, what's the governance model, where is the data? You really need that deep relationship and trust with the client to help work through these issues, because we no longer live in a world where X plus Y equals Z. These learning, they're learning and changing, evolving over time. So the relationship side of this is so critical.
It's like Common Core math. If you have a child and you had to learn new math, that's how I feel like AI is every single day, where every day someone's throwing a new math at my head.
Yeah, no, right on.
It's gremlins holding on to a plane. We're building this as we're going. But that leads me to another question. A lot of people, I think, when they talk about AI and when they talk about the functions and the processes, when you start to think about what the CFO is orchestrating, what the CRO is orchestrating, increasingly what the CMO is orchestrating, we start to think about AI and where we can insert that. And I think everyone feels like, oh, I can make it be my intern. Like I can have it take over these entry-level jobs, and is that going to be great? Is that what's happening? Or are we actually reskilling teams? Are we actually rethinking how all of these teams come together?
It's very much the latter. We have not seen a lot of, getting rid of the interns.
Right.
Or, even though I will say the consulting model is changing from a pyramid to a diamond, that there are, maybe fewer entry-level, positions.
Yeah.
But I would say it is a upskilling, reskilling, movement going on here where, and I think also the folks that are at the sort of bottom of the organization, they more than likely have more experience with AI tools than maybe some of the people that have been working for 20, plus years.
They're not calling it the AI, right?
Yeah. But I think it's exciting because it's a growth opportunity that, many folks that are familiar with the tools and are, leaning in and are open to change are getting better opportunities to do more strategic work for their clients.
And I love that, because you're also talking about a very different dynamic of how do we upskill, how do we manage up, right? It's that old adage of you manage up or you manage out in consulting. That's a very different paradigm. AI has got to be changing that for all of your clients.
Well, it is, and I would say the pressure from the executives, because having been in numerous boardrooms, the pressure that boards are putting on their executive teams to deliver outcomes and results, leveraging AI is intense.
But can I ask, I'm going to be a contrarian. Everyone who watches CRTV understands.
No, that's great.
I'm the contrarian sometimes. But are they actually all with the leaders? I mean, you're a CEO and you found your own company. You're doing this. You're going to be different. But from your clients, are they all looking at the outcomes, or are some of them just kind of barking into the room, I need AI?
I think it's a lot of both.
A lot of both.
Frankly,
That's fair.
Because there is the pressure to deliver. And also, I think in some cases, the technologies maybe aren't ready for prime time yet or are not perfect.
Yeah.
But I think there's a but here that even if you can get 80 or 90% of the answer in, say 10 or 20% of the time, like to me, that's really worth it, as opposed to, it's the time savings and the efficiencies, and then you can kind of dive in and figure out what that remaining 10, 20,
Absolutely.
There's value in that, but that can be tricky to manage up to, because they want the answer, done
right now. So. But I think that's such an important point. And I think the other interesting thing in that is that if you are moving quickly and everything's rushing forward, sometimes there's something missing. And oftentimes that's trust. So how are you actually growing and building trust, not only in these systems, in AI, in these platforms, but in all the processes, in the data, in the people? Where does trust really come into play for your clients?
Well, that to me is the question, and I don't think we actually 100% have that answer right.
Now you're being too honest.
But it comes back to some of the things where I was talking about the relationships, but this is also where I think new jobs are created, because you say trust. How do we prove out that these very complex AI models are not hallucinating and are delivering the right? In some of the things we're doing, like that's a big challenge. And so working through models that can prove out what we're doing to drive that trust, that's a challenge for, I think, our overall industry right now. But we look at it as a great opportunity to deliver value to our clients.
Oh, 100%. And at Constellation, we've done some interesting research where we've asked CXOs, what do you want out of AI? And it's funny because I think a lot of people in the market believe we want those minutes back, like we want that incremental improvement. But the vast majority of CEOs, when we ask them, they want exponential growth. Right? They want that exponential growth. But we're planning for incremental time savings. So how do you help people bridge that gap?
So this is to that specific, time savings and efficiency. I will tell you from working with countless executives, their appetite for more questions, more insights, it's unlimited. And so I think the trick here is that with the efficiencies that you're generating, more questions are asked, and you drive better insights to get to that exponential growth, because you can do so much more than you could in the past.
Yeah, I love that. And do you find that you're working with more of your clients to also open up and potentially even ideate different business models, different ways of working? I mean, it really changes how they can think about their own future.
Totally. So the vibe in the boardroom is different in these types of solutions.
Yeah.
Where in the past, as a consultant, you go in, you kind of collect your requirements, they kind of tell you what, and then you go. But no, this is more like whiteboarding, and challenging, supporting, and it's a fun time, and it's why I keep saying this is an exciting time to be a consultant, and we all shouldn't be scared about our job. Like there are going to be more jobs.
But it's so funny because I want to say like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, everyone was like, AI is going to make consultants totally go away. No one's going to need a consultant anymore because I can just ask my phone.
So you said you're a contrarian, and I kind of
am
too on this one. Because I always say you can't go into a boardroom and say to the board, well, the AI said the answer is this.
My phone said this is the new answer.
that is never going to be the case. So
I love it. I love it. So when we wrap up here, I would love to get some ideas from you. I mean, again, you are advising some of the best out there, right? You are pushing them forward, getting them to think differently. When it comes to that leadership imperative, when it comes to the, okay, how am I successful in everything from selling and revenue and growing my business and staffing and getting the right people? There are so many moving pieces on that board. What are some of those leadership imperatives that you would tell any of your peers out there, any of your current and future clients? Here are 2 things to take away from everything that we're hearing and all the excitement around agents and AI and platforms.
So what we talk a lot about with our clients is freedom within a framework.
Ooh.
Okay, you really shouldn't go, because some of our clients are approaching AI in many, many different ways without following some sort of framework. And so we get concerned that a couple of years from now, if you have all these different solutions that don't talk to one another, maybe aren't using the same data sets, you created a mess. So you have to have some framework. But the other side of it, you have to have some freedom too, because we don't know exactly how this is all going to play out. And there needs to be innovation. There needs to be, like the Boardroom example that I gave earlier, to really balance both of those, and to actually, to me, coming down to having a culture that supports that collaboration.
Yeah, that exploration.
It's
hard to have a culture that actually encourages interrogation. Like, you can interrogate data differently with AI. You can look at all of these questions so differently. But most people, I mean, I don't know, most companies I've worked with, they want to tell you there's a punishment for that.
Yeah.
There's a consequence.
Well, and also typically very hierarchical, where this isn't a hierarchical approach. I don't believe that's the right approach to this. So
love it. Love it. Thank you, Jay, so much for spending this time with me. Have you had fun?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. As long as you've had fun. I mean, I pulled you away from a conference. We're sitting here. Thanks so much, the team from Certinia too, because we are sitting in this amazing location. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll be back.